Thanks again for joining me. This past Monday, I walked in the Kensington Labor Day Parade, and it was really nice to see so many people on a really beautiful day. Being Labor Day, I wanted to express my thanks and appreciation to our county's workers, but forefront on my mind this year is the fate of thousands of federal workers, contractors, NGO employees, and immigrant workers who are having their lives and the lives of their families disrupted by the chaotic decisions of the president. For the workers who keep their jobs, Trump is tossing out the labor agreements, basic rights that came from hard-fought struggles to recognize the right of workers to form unions. Whether it's racial justice, immigration, scientific integrity and investment in science, women's rights, workers' rights, environmental protections, anything to do with dealing with historic injustices. For all of these and more, the only direction the president knows to go in is backwards. We are seeing the impacts of the federal cutbacks now. I mentioned some of these examples a few weeks ago, but they bear repeating. As of July 2025, Montgomery County is down 9,603 jobs compared to last year. That's a 1.7% reduction year over year in employed persons living here, whether they work in DC, Virginia, or in the county itself. We're also bracing for October, when many jobs will cease to be funded. Some of those will be departures resulting from the voluntary buyouts that were announced at the start of the year. But the jobs they intend to kill will no longer be in the budget. And you can't sue over these lost jobs because they were not approved and funded by Congress. And last week, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reported the Montgomery County unemployment for July was 3.6%. The last time it was this high, October 2021. We believe the actual impact of the job cuts could be even larger, potentially 20 and up to 40,000 jobs could be lost when you factor in contractors, NGO employees, the vendors who support federal operations. From the county's economic perspective, this situation just reinforces that we cannot afford to be so dependent on federal jobs for our economy. It's why we've focused many of our efforts over the last 6 years on diversifying the economy by capitalizing on our strengths in life sciences and other tech industries. In response to federal layoffs, we've invested an additional $700,000 in WorkSource Montgomery to expand its in-person operations to help our residents adapt and find new opportunities. This infusion of funding will allow us to serve more people in person. Talk to anyone who's looking for work, and they will tell you how isolating it can feel to just be sitting on a computer and applying for one job after another, day after day. Our WorkSource Montgomery offices in Wheaton provide anyone looking for work with the opportunity to talk with someone. We have additional resources like resume writing classes through the Department of Public Libraries, and Montgomery College, which has a host of training programs that can help displaced workers. And I've been very impressed at the speed at which the Moore-Miller administration has accomplished working in partnership with Montgomery College and setting up their program to train transitional federal workers into teaching positions. We're also deeply concerned about the potential impact of federal actions on our immigrant workforce, particularly regarding construction and service and restaurant workers, which could lead to major disruptions to our economy once the Trump administration has the billions of dollars that will be devoted to building his, what I call his ICE army. This will be an economic disaster that impacts not just the county, but our entire nation. There are millions of immigrants who don't have legal status, even after having been here for decades in some cases, who are likely to get caught in this roundup simply because the Trump administration wants to deport 11 million people. There aren't 11 million undocumented violent criminals in this country. So as we've seen, the non-criminals are next. This will take people from construction sites, hotels, and other businesses that rely on the labor force. It will also impact taxes. Yes, most immigrants pay taxes, even if they're not allowed to utilize the services those taxes fund. If they're working for most employers, they're paying payroll taxes, including Social Security and Medicare. And if they bought a home, they're paying property taxes. They are not freeloaders. This week, I welcomed Maryland's Department of Labor Deputy Secretary Jason Perkins Cohen to my weekly media briefing. He said that as of 2023, more than 74,000 federal civilian workers lived in Montgomery County, and 48,500 federal civilian jobs were based in Montgomery County. The National Institutes of Health and the Food and Drug Administration claim most of these jobs. The most recent data through August 23rd shows that Montgomery County led the state in unemployment applications and beneficiaries. This is not just bad news coming through the Labor Department, though. I'd like you to hear directly from Deputy Secretary Perkins Cohen about how the state is meeting these challenges presented by our federal government.
Maryland and Montgomery County are resilient. So under the Moore-Miller administration since January of 23 through July of this year, Maryland added 101,700 total non-farm jobs. It's a rate of growth of about 3.7%. It ranked 9th in the nation. And Maryland's, despite the turmoil, Maryland's labor force participation rate has remained the same at 64.7%. So first we have a dedicated resource page, labor.maryland.gov/federal workers. It provides information about unemployment insurance benefits and reemployment support. Specifically on unemployment insurance, federal civilian employees who become unemployed through no fault of their own can apply for unemployment insurance compensation. We strongly encourage that.
I want to highlight an important new partnership now in place linking the Montgomery County Police Department and the University of Maryland Global Campus. This effort is about investing in our officers, their families, and the future of our community. For the first time, people can apply to be police officers without already having 60 college credits. Instead, once they complete the academy, field training, and certification, they'll receive 60 college credits. For those who are already police officers, they can also get credit for having gone through the training earlier, and that makes it easier for everyone to qualify for promotions. This program makes the path to becoming an officer more accessible. Also helps our current officers continue their education, which can help them save up to $60,000 in tuition benefits. And we've extended the discounts and waived all the fees to all police employees, their spouses, and dependents. We have nearly 180 vacancies to fill, and this partnership will help us attract more applicants while supporting the dedicated men and women who already serve. I want to thank Chief Yamada for his leadership. This is a smart investment in people who protect and serve Montgomery County every day. And to learn more about becoming an officer, visit joinmcp.com. We're in the early stages of formulating the FY27 operating budget, and input from the public is crucial. That's why I, along with our regional services offices and community partners, will be hosting 12 community conversations through November. These conversations are an opportunity for the public to tell us what they think about how their tax dollars are spent and what we should be doing. I urge residents to participate in these discussions because feedback helps shape our future. We gain valuable insights from these conversations that help guide our decisions and priorities for the upcoming fiscal year. The budget ultimately reflects our community's goals and values. We think it's important that people see in our budget the things that we're trying to accomplish, how we're trying to address problems in the community and take advantage of opportunities to move the county forward. There are still many question marks, particularly without knowing how much more federal cuts will impact our workforce and the families that call Montgomery County home. Our very first meeting is this coming Monday, September 8th, from 7 to 8:30 p.m. It will be held in the East-West Room at the Bethesda Chevy Chase Regional Services Office. We understand that not everyone can attend in person, and that's why this, like most of our county forums, will be a hybrid event, giving residents the option to participate virtually. This is the first of many opportunities to participate. There will be forums in each of the county's 5 regions, as well as outreach to different audiences. 2 non-English language forums will be held, 1 in Spanish, and a multilingual forum conducted in English with interpretation services provided in Chinese, Korean, and Vietnamese. Every year, we seek new ways to better connect with our community. We've initiated conversations aimed at educators and groups like the African diaspora and seniors. I look forward to hearing from the first community conversation participants beginning next week and over the next few months. Learn more about these meetings right now on our homepage, montgomerycountymd.gov. For many people, the American dream still includes owning a home. And a recent project we introduced to the media last week is making that a reality for a handful of Montgomery County families. Homeownership provides families with stability and a chance to build equity, and I've pushed to make homeownership a priority when the county invests in affordable housing because it is a key to building generational wealth. Our $15 million investment will help more county families remain in our county and contribute to our tax base. Habitat for Humanity purchased 20 townhouses originally constructed in the 1970s from HOC in 2024. DHCA supported the acquisition of the properties through loans by using approximately $2 million in the county's Community Development Block Grant funds, which will be paid back to the county upon the sale of the homes to new homeowners. That money will be recycled, so to speak, and used to facilitate other affordable housing projects. Every family deserves to live in communities where they can breathe clean air, where their children can play safely outdoors. This project prioritizes environmental protection, economic opportunity, public health, and building the kind of community where families want to put down roots and thrive. Speaking of thriving, I want to recognize an important grand opening I attended last weekend. We cut the ribbon for the MoCo Pride Center, which is now open 7 days a week at the Bethesda Chevy Chase Regional Services Center. It has taken a lot of work over the years to create a place to support our LGBTQ+ community. This center will feature workshops, wellness activities, and a library. It will be a refuge and a beacon of hope for anyone struggling or searching for a supportive community. Learn more about the help it can offer by visiting mocopridefamily.org. The LGBTQ+ community needs a place like this now more than ever. Trump and the federal government are trying to make discrimination and racism great again. And here in Montgomery County, we're just going to say no. Opening this center now is a clear sign that Montgomery County will continue to be an ally and proud supporter of all the diverse communities that make Montgomery County their homes. The Silver Spring Jazz Fest is taking place from 3 to 10 p.m. this Saturday, September 6th at Veterans Plaza in Silver Spring. I'm excited to introduce the legendary Preservation Hall Jazz Band. I actually went to New Orleans once to see them, who are heading the festival this year. The Grammy winners are nationally recognized for preserving and promoting traditional New Orleans jazz. They're one of several artists sharing 2 stages for the event, covering a wide array of jazz genres. Every year, I've been attending this festival, and I have been introduced to new music and artists. While the music is the focus, the Jazz Festival brings thousands of visitors to downtown Silver Spring. The festival site is surrounded by wonderful restaurants, several with an international flavor. I was there last weekend for Ethiopian Day Festival, and we are lucky to have so many community organizations and supporters who can take the lead on large events like this and allow many people throughout our community to enjoy the arts and to connect with each other. As many people are aware, the Purple Line construction is well underway. Probably well is the wrong word. Traveling through Silver Spring has been a bit of a mess and a real chore, and that has negatively impacted many of our local businesses. I want to put more effort into helping some of those business owners because the disruptions have lasted far longer than anticipated. Hopefully, events like the Ethiopian Day Festival and the Jazz Fest will help draw people in and help these businesses sustain themselves during these challenging times. That's a wrap for today. I hope you all are hanging in there. I hope you all have a great weekend. I'll be back again next week. Take care.